Yo, DARIOUS BRITT here, and today is How to Write a Short Film Part 6, and we're talking about strong openings. Everybody's heard the first impression is super important because the first impression is a lasting impression. Our moms and dads told us that, etc, etc. Well, in film, it's like 10 times more important. I would argue that when you're writing a script or shooting your film, it's probably one of the most important aspects of storytelling. Here's why. First off, we live in an age of distractions where the options for entertainment are plenty and there are many things competing for your audience's eyeballs. Online gaming, YouTube, movie theaters, Netflix, Hulu, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, Pinterest, Vine, Reddit, Tumblr, LinkedIn, sports, and the list goes on and on and on. Notice how I said your audience's eyeballs. Whether you choose to realize it or not, you're competing against everything else out there for eyeballs. For every person that's binge watching House of Cards on Netflix or playing World of Warcraft for 5 or 6 hours at a time, that's one less person that could be watching your film at a film festival or right here on YouTube or Vimeo. Considering that there's all that stuff going on out there, somebody's gonna take a chance and watch your film, then you better grab that attention and you better hold on to that sucker so they don't go wandering off playing World of Warcraft or Pokemon or something. And second of all, audiences' tastes have evolved over time and will continue to do so. Have you ever tried watching a classic film and thought this to yourself, damn, why is it taking so long to get started? How about the intro to West Side Story? It's like a 5-minute overture just for the title sequence. Classic, by the way, but still, it's like, damn, like 5 minutes of just listening to music before anything happens. Or have you seen the opening of Once Upon a Time in the West lately? It's like 5 minutes of just watching these cowboys hang out before anything happens. Personally, I love it, as does every other cinephile out there, but that's beside the point. Back in the day, audiences were used to a much slower paced movie with longer intros, but intros like that don't fly with audiences of today. So what happened? Well, a lot of things happened, but the biggest thing was MTV, the music video generation. MTV exploded onto the scene with stylish music videos and fast-paced editing, which pretty much whet everybody's appetite for faster-paced content. So not long after that, Hollywood and filmmakers had to step up the pace of their movies to accommodate the new MTV generation. But now something else has come along that has impacted the way audiences view content. Talking about you, YouTube. YouTube has changed viewing patterns with content that caters to immediate gratification, where the preferred method of consumption for entertainment is in little bite-sized videos that get right to the point. You can find all manner of homemade videos, from tutorials, vlogs, and sketches, all at your fingertips. If you've only got a 5-minute break from work, you can find like any number of videos that'll fit in that. You probably watch 2 or 3 videos in that time frame. Hey bro, take a look at this cat video. But guess what? This has an impact. This has a cultural impact. People get used to these viewing patterns. To give it to me right now, I only got 5 minutes. All right, just give it to me. Get to the point. Get to the point. So how does all this affect how you tell your stories? Let's talk about that. 1. Opening credits are going the way of the dodo bird. That means extinct. It reads as old school, and there is way too much competition out there for you to be wasting precious moments with your audience on opening credits. Has anybody seen the opening to Iron Man 3, the last one? There's like no opening credits. It just, boom, starts and everything just starts happening. Unless you have famous people in your movie, then no one is going to care about the names they see in the opening credits. It's just a big waste of time. Credits, awesome. I don't know who any of these people are. 2. If you want to send your film to a film festival, it's going to be watched by either a programmer or a volunteer. These people watch hundreds of films. Hundreds of films. Full disclosure, watching that many films is extremely exhausting, and these are not very patient people. Do you really want to make someone like that sit through your opening credits? Short number 41. Credits. You want to grab these people's attention as quick as you can, because if they're not digging your film, they will eject it before it's done and move on to the next one in the pile. 3. If you want to upload your film online to, say, YouTube, for instance, the same thing applies. Audiences are pretty accustomed now to not wading through opening credits. So for every second you spend dropping someone's name that nobody knows, you risk someone losing interest and just clicking off into something else. Opening title sequences. You really want to keep them short and sweet. I mean, if you're doing this big elaborate opening title sequence for a short film, unless it's an After Effects smorgasbord of cinematic goodness that will just completely knock your socks off, I would keep it short. So the goal is to grab your audience's attention as soon as possible. How do we do that? Well, you could open your film up with action. By action, I don't mean that it has to be a street fight or a car chase, but it could just be a character physically doing something interesting or compelling or strange. You could open up with conflict, like a big argument or a tense situation. You could open up with mystery, you know, use the first moments to set up a mystery that your audience has to keep watching to find the answers to. You could start off with a really compelling shot. Something powerful, something engaging, something that like really grabs your audience's attention. You could use a technique called the cold open. The cold open is when you just jump right in, no titles, no credits, you just hit the ground running. It's really good because you just like start that momentum and get your audience engaged like right off the bat. You can always show the title and credits and stuff later on anyway. So let's look at some examples. I'll leave a link in the description section for all these short films that I mentioned and we look at, so you could check these out on your own time if you so desire. So this first opening is for a short film called Sniffer. What the that gets your attention, right? How many movies have you seen start that way? Boom, so we got action, we got a bald guy sniffing the floor, we got a mystery. Why is the bald guy sniffing the floor? We got a compelling shot, kind of engaging, right? The camera goes around his head as he looks over to the woman over there. And we got a cold open. We skip all that boring stuff. We skip the title, we skip the credits. We just get right to the point, which is grabbing your attention. So here's how the short film Lovesick opens up.
It couldn't really end like this, could it? Not after what I had just been through. We were gonna get through this, right? We're gonna be together forever, right? I was starting to think otherwise.
So we got a cold open, we just jump right into it. We got conflict, the girlfriend's chewing out her boyfriend in slow motion. We got action, she palms his face. And we got mystery. This woman is clearly like pissed off at him, and he's obviously got some kind of problem with women, so we gotta stick around and figure out what that's all about. Bam, you got my attention in less than 20 seconds. This next opening's from the short film Some Static Started. Plenty of mystery going on here, right? Like, why is that one guy bleeding? Whose blood is that on the bed? Is it that guy's? And did the bearded dude hurt that guy? I don't know, right? You definitely got my attention. Now let me get something straight here so y'all don't get it twisted, all right? I am not saying that you cannot start a film off with opening titles. I am not saying that you can't start a film off with a super long title sequence. And I'm not saying that you can't start a film off with two people talking in a room. What I am saying is some methods have been proven to work better than others. But however you choose to open your film is up to you. Just make sure that you are grabbing your audience's attention. If you're gonna take the time to write a film and then spend your own money to shoot it, then just set yourself up for success. Like, pay attention to how you open it, write a very good, strong, attention-grabbing opening so that people stick around to watch the rest of your film. That's all I'm saying. I'm not telling nobody out there what to do. Well, that's all I got for you. If you enjoyed what you saw, please like, subscribe. You can also find me on the social medias, Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. You can also check out my second YouTube channel, Darious Britt, where I vlog about my adventures with my first feature-length film, Unsound. And I do believe that's all I got for you. D-Britt out.